ability, or our lane matchups rather. And standard boots pots. Skarner's going to go ahead and pick up Regrowth Pendant. That just tells me he's going for an early Philo Stone. Ping's coming out on enemy, on Invade My Jungle's red buff from Paradigm 5. So they're all going to immediately make a push down. And they might actually meet up right around Wraith Bush. Real quick, Twitch is coming down to the Tri-Bush with Alistair. So it's a little spread out. This would work out in Invade My Jungle's fashion if they were to come through that mid-bush. But I think they're just sitting back and trying to wait and see where Paradigm 5 is going to come
30 seconds until minions
So Paradigm 5, Twitch and Alistair look like they're going to go and take golems away from Graves Lulu. Or maybe they're going to wait, they might be waiting for Graves Lulu to come through there and start those golems. If they wait for them to start them, they're going to have a little bit of advantage. Oh, here comes Graves. He's gonna face check that bush. I don't think he has any idea they're sitting right there.
Minions have spawned.
Oh my goodness. Oh, he's actually freaking an auto attack comes out. I don't think that was intentional. It would only have taken just one more step, and Alistair could have started with the ground pound, and that was going to dead Graves. I cannot believe a misplay like that happened coming out of Paradigm 5. That was incredible. That was first blood given up just off of poor mechanics, just poor planning on that. But it did force Graves back, so it's going to give Twitch a little bit of time in lane to get that level 2, to be able to give a little bit more harass. And give Alistair a chance to hit level 2, because once he hits level 2, he's going to have that that combo at his disposal. And you can see from the fact Alistair picked up a mana potion, so he's going to want to be popping off those combos as frequently as possible. Right now, however, Lulu is doing what she can to keep Alistair at bay, throwing her slow across his face, keeping him at range as much as possible, and dropping a ward now. So he's not going to be able to sit in that bush and come out at will. However, Twitch and Alistair both hit level 2 before Graves hits level 2. At this point, I would expect them to go a little bit more aggressive and try and push the advantage that they have. Maybe put some damage down while they have a little bit of extra health, a little bit of extra damage, and the extra ability. Orianna with that passive is just doing a ton of damage on her auto attacks in mid lane on Diana, kind of forcing her out of that situation to where she's not able to really put any pressure in mid lane on Orianna, and just burning through her health pots. In the jungle, Mumu's sitting in his own wraiths, and he's going to be going back to buy. Skarner up top, Cho'Gath actually is already clearing waves to the turret through his combos. I think he might be looking to go back early. He's going to be saying that, just staying safe in case, because his lane's pushed, he doesn't have any wards, he does not want to get himself overextended. So he's going to make it look like he's not there, while also sitting in a kind of safe position, just in case he gets ganked. Skarner is just casually running through his jungle, trying to get that level 6. The level 6 is the most important. It's terribly important for Skarner to get level 6. He's much like a Warwick in that, you know, you're not too afraid of a Skarner gank, just like a Warwick gank, until it gets to 6. Once it gets to 6, then you should be terrified of it, because it will lock you down for the duration. And with a Skarner, it will actually pull you further away from where you want to go. Alistair does get his combo off, but it looks like Twitch was just too low. He didn't really want to get too out of position to move forward and to put more damage down. So everyone down bot lane is going to start chugging health potions, try and stay in there a little bit longer. Mumu gets caught out by that ward, just ward expires. Actually, Skarner and Mumu meet up in the jungle. Neither really going to do any real amount of damage to him. It's more of just, hey, I'm here, stay out of my jungle, coming from Blue. And Skarner comes down right across a ward that was just dropped by Mumu while he came down to visit. Up in top lane, it appears as Aurelia is getting herself back into it a little bit. She was pushed to her turret quite a bit. Down bottom lane, Knights come out. Um, both Graves and Twitch extremely low. And yet another scuffle. Both gonna sit there and burn health potions. This is the last one for Twitch. Graves is actually sitting on 2, and he's not actually using it, so he might just be going back right now. Vanish Toss comes out on Orianna down mid,
First blood.
and Twitch does come back through for that first blood. Let me go ahead and rewind that. So Graves was not... Okay, they were spun out by that ward for going back, and Twitch popped his stealth in order to go and auto attack once and drop in his expunge for the extra bit of damage. Lulu getting taken down by the expunge. She's gonna have to go back, be very, very careful. This will give some free time. Knight goes down on Diana. Just one auto attack from Orianna is gonna be able to finish it off. As we try to move forward just a little bit. That might be Lord. Alright, let's see if we can't get him in here this time. Lord, are you there?
Oh.
There we go. Are you spectating?
Can be.
Yeah, spectate off me. Skarner comes in on a gank on top lane, and Cho just drops his Rupture and backs off, and waits for Skarner to get out of his lane in such a rude fashion. Millard, you missed quite an exciting second game, though, from that last
really
set.
now?
Oh, yes. It was very exciting. Unfadable Gaming ended up winning it.
Won.
Unfadable Gaming. But it was very, very close. Like, up until the
So
last
another
little bit.
12.
Yeah.
I see.
And in this game, for anyone who wasn't here when we began, this is Unfadable Gaming, and this is not Unfadable Gaming. This is Paradigm 5 on purple side, and Invade Your Jungle on blue. You see Diana and Amumu coming up top trying to get a gank down on Aurelia. She has no ward, so she has no idea that they're there. Ultimate comes down, and the Rupture, Ignite, and that's going to be a kill for Aurelia, or on Aurelia for Diana. We'll pass over blue from Skarner. That's going to give Cho just the advantage he needs by getting those creeps to the turret, let the turret kill him, and that's going to make Aurelia miss out on that experience and just give him a little bit more advantage. Yes, the assist helps him out, but having that level of advantage, and he's actually going to go pick up a Chalice of Harmony and Armor Boots, Ninja Tabby. Interesting. He's going more towards an AP base, or that might be more for just mana sustain and being able to spam his abilities without worrying too much about mana.
Alright, so remind me again. Paradigm 5 is blue team, right?
Purple.
Purple. And who's blue?
Invade your jungle. The middle lane, we can see Aurelia using that ball to the best of her ability to try and keep Diana at bay and just out of CS range. And you can see it's really taking its toll. Diana is only at 54 CS while Aurena's at 80. In bot lane, even with Twitch getting that kill, you can see he's only up 2 CS over Graves, but he does have a big wave coming in to the turret right now, so he might be able to try and extend that a little bit. Up the top lane, 71 CS, 66 in favor of Aurelia. Jungles are just about even. The only thing helping out Amumu is he has that assist, so he's already got his Heart of Gold and his Boots of Moab. Scar, on the other hand, he started his Heart of Gold with the Ruby Crystal. He has a Philo Stone, and he has his first tier boots. And he's not been able. He's picking up wards, picking up health bot to try and help his team out, keep his sustain up while he's running through the jungle. Some of these things he could get his GP10, but he'd be sacrificing, wards or health bots. Could get his tier 2 boots, but at the same time he's doing the same thing. He's sacrificing, helping out his team with those extra wards. And it's really nice when, especially in something like top lane, when they're so stagnant, there's not a whole lot happening. If you remember, I said not a whole lot would happen here unless people came in from the outside to make something happen. Cho'Gath has a ton of sustain. Aurelia has a ton of sustain. And neither one of them really have significant amount of damage in the mid game, in the early to mid game. Late game, Aurelia will become a little bit more of a powerhouse to deal with, just on the true damage for every auto attack. Her Triforce procs that she's going to eventually get to. She built 2 GP10s, so she's going for that late game. This is all building around this late game. She has double GP10s with first tier boots, picked up a ward. She wants to sit in that lane. She wants it to last as long as possible, and she wants to make those GP10s work for her. She doesn't want to have to worry too much about getting, locked out from CS. Even though she's up on CS, she's down that kill when they double gank Diana and Amumu up top. Skarner does get spotted out by a ward up top from Cho'Gath. Back things come out. Cho'Gath plays a more passive. Skarner notices. He knows there's a ward, so he backs off.
You see bottom, actually. Moon was just chilling there waiting for them. Wait, oh, nope. It's a disconnect. And that's a pause right there. Ah, so unexpected.
Yeah, you actually let me know that I need to get up to current. What are you at right now?
I am at 12:24.
Yeah, I am not that far. I'm at 12:11.
Yep, it was a 3-bar twitch sitting there next to turret.
There we go. Now he's disconnected.
Moon was waiting that tri-bush to...
I'm about 11 seconds behind you, and now it says I'm live.
Alright. I mean, it just says 12:24 out of 12:27. It's paused, so can't be accurate. Yay for disconnect.
Oh, that was such an unfortunate time to disconnect, too, because he stopped. He wasn't moving for a while. The Mumu was circling in the area.
Graves just popped ulti and just...
And the second it said he had disconnected, the other team doesn't see that, so they don't know that he just disconnected. Now they do.
There's a 5-minute delay for that.
Yeah.
For other teams.
So now they know because of the pause. They're probably saying he disconnected. But the second it said that he's disconnecting, a move flashes over, bandage toss, stun, immediately, and the Graves ultimate comes out. Collateral damage.
And stuff for kills. You can't really take that and kill, so that's going to be a kill for Graves.
Yep.
It's another AP and AD carry both had a kill, and same with the other team.
Yep.
It's pretty much a mirror match right now.
Everything's really, really close. The only clear advantage right now is that Orianna has over Diana, and that's the obvious advantage that's going to happen. Orianna is very, very strong, especially against champs like Diana that have to get into range. She's really strong against champs like Katarina because her auto attacks just do so much damage, and she's able to protect herself when people jump in on top of her.
Exactly, and she has a speed buff and a slow when needed. Orianna's such a great champion. I honestly don't know why I don't see her more in pro play.
She's played quite a bit in pro play. The reason you don't see her a lot is because she's banned a lot.
Yeah, I do remember her being banned a lot. She's a good champion.
Especially since her rework, when they reduced the global cooldowns a bit. So it made her more viable.
I'm going to predict a lot of top lane changes for this next F1 season. Oh, this
Really?
current season.
Why?
Yeah, I expect to see a lot more Jarvan and what else was I gonna say? Oh, reconnect. I remember wanting to see, or actually, there is gonna be a lot of Jarvan. I know that because really, Jarvan's a great champion. Let's think about it. Like he has great mobility, great poke. His ultimate is amazing, and the game will in 2 seconds.
And there
There
we
you go.
go.
And
And
here,
we'll
want to
see.
continue with their dive. Their
Mumu's gonna
outside.
stay right on top of Alistair, right through his ultimate, and that should be a kill for Graves. There it is.
Yep.
And Lulu's
And
gonna
Lulu
die to
taking
turret
turret.
unless she gets out of there. There it comes, but she went the wrong direction.
Oh,
Oh, and
yeah.
Oriana whiffs her ultimate. A flash just isn't enough to get past the
That's
ball.
easy kill for Skarner.
So that keeps it 3 kills all, 700 gold advantage, 4 Paradigm 5. You know, it's very even across the board, only 11 CS advantage for Aurelia. You know, junglers are neck and neck. Amu has 3 assists, Skarner has 1 kill. That puts them neck and neck. 15 CS advantage for Oriana. But that kill that she got 1v1 against Diana has kind of made Diana a little hesitant. So she's definitely keeping her out of the lane. But now Oriana's starting to roam. It's going to give Diana a chance to get back. They're actually going to meet now in their own jungle, and Diana's going to get chunked a little bit and just jumps forward to avoid too much extra damage.
Oh, and here we go with Diana and Oriana. The thing I think about Diana is she gets really, really thinking. She is a great champion overall, internal ability and team presence. She has an amazing pull and just great utility.
Oh, absolutely. And you can see that a little bit in the middle of season 2. People are going for more tanky builds on AD mids, and especially when you look at things like Froggen on his Anivia. I mean, he builds Warmogs on Anivia, which is just insane, but
Yeah.
it works. I mean, you will never see anyone else do that because nobody can play Anivia
The damage
like
is
Froggen.
there.
The damage is inherent. So if you're able to just sit there and sustain, and if you want to focus down Anivia, you have to go through a Warmogs, and then she has an egg on top of that you have to go through that extra health as well. So I mean, that just really takes away the incentive to focus down Aurelia, and she's able to keep that R up and keep everybody slow, drop her walls, drop her stuns, and just put out a ton of damage on everybody without too much focus coming out towards her. I mean, you saw after M5 did their 5 GA strat, you know, Froggen immediately started doing Warmog's GA on Anivia after building a Chalice.
Yes,
I mean, so
Alex is definitely that unique player.
absolutely. However, they did not make a great showing at IPL 5.
They didn't actually. No.
I'm kind of wondering. This was their real big event since the arrest of their manager, with that whole scandal that happened. I don't know if you know too much about that.
Yeah, I was reading into it, and I was a little confused as to what was going on.
Yeah, it was basically.
And here we have bottom.
I think Alistair should be good as long as he continues moving. He's got his ultimate popped, and just one more auto attack. That does it. Thankfully, Mumu is tanking the turret right now.
Oh my god, right here. Nope.
No, he's got
Graves
just enough tankiness to him. He's got that chain vest. However, Oriana is going to try and come over the wall, pick up a triple kill. Almost definitely pick up a triple kill right here. There it is. Without too much effort, just comes in, takes out the trash, and walks away with 3 extra kills. That's going to put her incredibly far away. I expect her to go back soon, get a blasting wand. Actually, she'll probably be able to finish up her Athene's Unholy Grail right now. And now you see Diana trying to get into it with Skarner, but Skarner has that red buff, has his passive slow. She's going to have to flash over the wall. That's the only way she's going to get out of this. Up top, Cho'Gath is just shoving that lane. If he can get in, she's able to. Really is able to sustain a little bit off of her ultimate. Thankfully for her, Cho'Gath did not have his feast up, or he would have been able to end it right there. Purple team picks up Free Dragon, taken on the heels of that triple kill by Orianna just a little bit ago.
Yeah,
So,
but the gold difference is still not that much like ahead. There's what, 1,300 gold?
1,300 gold
right now?
difference, 1 kill, an advantage of Paradigm 5, 1 turret, an advantage of Invade Your Jungle.
Yep. And Invade Your Jungle has a Fed 80 carry, while Paradigm 5 has a Fed AP carry, so it'd be interesting to watch them breaking.
And still up
And,
top, Cho'Gath and Aurelia just farming away.
yeah,
Not,
Orianna went back to buying up Athene's and needless to say, our Rod.
and she
That's a lot
actually
of
picked
gold.
up the spell pen boots as opposed to going with CDR boots that you normally see. And Cho'Gath just opens with his feast just to put a little bit more damage on Aurelia. But she's going to be able to heal that up underneath her turret without any large amount of difficulty.
Is Joe at 6 stacks? Yes, he is.
Yep.
And,
I believe he's going back, yes.
Definitely, I see Invading Jungle will be extremely tanky with Diana and Joe.
I think that's kind of what they're going for, is that just all-around beefy team. Graves is he is the tankiest of 80 carries due to his passive. As he's attacking, he's gaining MR and armor. As Cho'Gath gets his stacks, he's just getting bigger and bigger, so he's going to be building those resist items at some point, I hope. He does have an Athene's Unholy Grail. He does have a chain vest, though, so he's starting to build towards what I assume to be a GA. That's a pretty typical build on Cho'Gath, just because once you work your way through all of that armor, then you have to do it again, because he's going to revive.
Let's not forget about Momo. He is building tanky as well. He's not going for that AP Momo build that I see. It's still pretty popular. And probably is going to rush a Sunfire Cape.
Absolutely, and that's only going to help with their lane clear. And now you can actually see Twitch and Alistair in the mid lane trying to help out. Actually, a Mumu Banish tosses out of range of his turret for some reason, and ends up taking a little bit of flack for that from Twitch on the way out.
Yeah, it was more of a random Banish toss.
Graves is way out of position, way up front. He's going to have to be really careful that Skarner doesn't jump in on him. Skarner's still got a couple seconds left on his flash, thankfully for Graves.
Yeah, we'll be able to see.
Now we've got all 5 in mid from Invade Your Jungle. They want to do this. They're going to turret dive. The Lulu wall comes out, Mumu wall comes out, and it looks like... Oh my goodness, Orianna's damage is so much right now. Skarner's going to fall from Graves' auto attack, and they're going to end up exchanging 2 for 1, and Orianna's still sitting at range, tossing out just a little bit more damage, and he might fall to Ignite. He just got a little bit too greedy there and did not stick with the advantage they had, so it ends up being a 2 for 2 exchange, but they might be able to get a turret out of the deal and put it just a little bit in their favor for Invade Your Jungle.
I expect Twitch to push Spellminer here.
I think he's going to keep that turret where it is. He's going to let creeps do the damage. He's going to go back. He's going to buy. He didn't have a terrible showing in that last little team skirmish they had. He's sitting on a decent amount of gold. He's going to go back soon, pick up a BF sword, and then he's going to become a real presence. I expected an earlier attack speed items coming out of him just so he can stack up his poisons, drop that expunge more frequently. Here we see what normally happens when you have someone like Skarner. He has that passive slow, so he's going to pass red buff over to Aurelia and see if Aurelia can do some work by herself on Cho'Gath up top. Because being able to get on top of Cho'Gath, jump on him, and get that red buff going, slow him down, a little extra magic damage coming after the fact, plus her true damage, she's going to be able to chunk him. So it kind of helps out in that stagnant lane where Aurelia doesn't do a whole lot, where Cho doesn't do a whole lot on their own. Aurelia does have 2 items of her Triforce done. I expect as soon as that Triforce is done, the very next thing she's going to do is pick up a Null Magic Mantle. More than likely, there's the Triforce actually right there.
Oh.
And
Yep,
she's going to
see,
want
those
to push
Yucatans are doing work.
towards. She's going to push towards building up a GA, try and get some survivability because she's going to be jumping in on top of a very tanky team that is doing a significant amount of damage. A Banish Toss over the wall, picks up Orianna at the very maximum amount of range, and Aurelia jumps in, has Orianna ult. Alistair pops his ult, gets a knock-up. Skarner pulls in Diana, but Diana is so tanky, and she now has the Lulu ult on top of her.
Everywhere.
Drops Orianna because Orianna just does not have enough survivability at this point in the game, and now Skarner's going to go ahead and fall with a double kill going to Graves. And Lulu picks up the kill on Twitch down bot with the assistance of Graves.
Yep, that tanky strat is actually working out for them. They have extremely tanky champions there, just front line for Graves. And they want a replay? So falling off these
Team's turret has been destroyed.
They're going to push in. They're going to take this inhibitor turret. I don't know if they're going to want to chance it and stay for the inhibitor. I think that might be a little bit dangerous, just based on the fact that Diana is already low on health, and there's only 4 of them. They did stay for the inhib. Paradigm 5 did not push forward. Invade Your Jungle is making a very good showing right now. I don't think I really wanted to jump in on that.
No, let's see. They might be looking to Baron here, so.
That would be a good response to the fact they just lost an inhibitor. Rush an early Baron while the other team's recalling, probably going down towards Drag. I don't think they should be contesting this. I think they should be making a move towards Baron, because with those super creeps coming in, things are not going to be ending well for.
And Twitch. Going down.
Twitch immediately gets just wrecked. And there's just so much coming out. Diana falls, Alistair falls, Graves is down, Diana falls.
On a flash. And save on Little.
Aurelia pops over, picks up another kill, and just doing damage. And one auto attack. And there's a Mumu at the last possible bit. And I don't know if this is the best move.
There's the flash. Poncho? Nope. Doesn't have anything in his arsenal. No.
So that was quite a flurry that ended up in Invade Your Jungle's favor when it really shouldn't have. They were all low from the earlier fight. The push through on the turret, doing Dragon, and they still made a good showing of keeping that beefiness. I mean, they were all sitting at 40 to 60% health, and they still managed to come out on top of that team fight engage. So
they really need to get Alistar to be tanky right now. That's the only way I see him coming back from this.
And Invade Your Jungle's doing really well, but still, Paradigm 5, you can kind of see the level of play we're getting to later on this tournament. It's 25 minutes in the game, only a 2k gold difference, 2 kill difference, 3 turret difference. The main difference that's going to happen now is that middle inhibitor. Because Baron is still up, they did not do Baron and then the inhibitor. They did the inhibitor, so now they have the entire respawn timer of that inhibitor to kind of force a Baron. And here we see Skarner actually getting caught out away from his turret, and he's going to drop, and this will more than likely be a turret and then a Baron.
Graves is getting
unless they're just going to push through and try and take a second turret. I like this call instead of Baron. So many things can go wrong in that Baron pit, especially since they buff Baron. I mean, he does so much damage now. And actually, Diana jumps in with the Lulu ult coming on top. That combo is absolutely ridiculous, and Diana is just doing work.
It's basically pulling them to a Lulu ultimate.
Way too much damage for them to deal with. Right now, I just don't see them coming back from this. The amount of CC, the amount of tankiness they're coming out from Invade Your Jungle, they're just going to push down these Nexus turrets. And this is going to be game right here. Skarner is not going to be able to do anything on his own against this team. Now the Nexus is naked. This is game. We're going to be moving on to game 2 right after this. So Invade Your Jungle wins the first game of this 3-game series here in the third round.